Alright, let's do a pack 1 pick 1 with the Theros Beyond Death pack we opened the other day. So we'll remove the token in the land. Right off the bat, we have Heliod's Pilgrim, 3 mana 1/2. You can tutor for an aura card. Not bad for an enchantment theme set. And this set had some pretty good enchantment based removal, so can be pretty useful, but 3 mana 1/2, pretty bad stats. But it essentially draws a card if you pick up like 2 or 3 auras, so not bad. I'd consider it. Elite Instructor, 3 mana 2/2, allows you to loot. It's okay. 3 mana 2/2, it's pretty bad. You're not too happy to play a creature of that size, but not bad top deck. It's pretty good throughout every stage of the game. Solid playable. Oread of Mountains Blaze, 2 mana 1/3, 3 mana to Rummage. Not great. The only upside is it's an enchantment creature that's relevant for Constellation, but for red, a 1/3, it blocks okay, but that's about it. 3 mana is pretty expensive for an activated cost. It does make use of extra lands and fills your graveyard for escape, so that's relevant, but you kind of want a little bit more out of your 2-drops. Transcendent Envoy, 2 mana 1/2 flying, enchantment creature, so pretty good already, and makes your aura spells cheaper. Definitely more playable than some of the other 2-drops in this set. It's still only a 1/2. You're not too happy to top deck it, but sometimes you'll get in a lot of free damage with it. Discordant Piper, 2 mana 2/1. When it dies, you create a 0/1 white goat creature token. Aggressively statted. You're happy to play it most of the time, and you usually want it in like the sacrifice theme deck, because it's 2 bodies in 1, so pretty good. Gift of Strength, Combat Tricks, usually not too excited about, and 2 mana for +3/+3, it's about what you expect. You probably won't really make use of the reach most of the time, and you'll probably use this to get in the last 3 damage, or get in a good attack, and they try to block to trade. Mogus's Favor, this surprisingly good card, mainly for the -1 effect, and the escape isn't too steep. 3 mana and exile 2 cards. You basically threaten to ping off all their X1 creatures, so pretty useful, pretty versatile card, or put it on a 2/2 and swing in as a 4/1. Not bad. Captivating Unicorn, 5 mana 4/4. So average stats and Constellation is tap target creature and opponent controls. So you kind of want to be aggressive with this card. I mean, most sets usually have a card like this, like a 5 mana 4/4 that does something a little minor, whether landfall, Constellation, or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you're okay taking these, but maybe not first pickable. Pious Wayfarer, 1 mana 1/2, Constellation, target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Good build around, good payoff, but I mean, 1 mana 1/2 is appealing in terms of stats, but unless you had maybe 10+ enchantments, I wouldn't really want this. Warbriar Blessing, one of the better aura cards in the set, mainly because of the fight trigger. The toughness boost isn't irrelevant either. Definitely useful, but auras are always a little risky to play because they could bounce or remove your creature in response to you playing it, which always feels bad, but if you get the fight trigger, it's usually pretty worth it. Elspeth's Nightmare, It's a good value saga. If you drop it on turn 3 especially, kill the creature, hit their hand while they still have something in it, and exiling their graveyard is always useful just because escape is a thing, and especially since a lot of players like to mill themselves just to get escape online. So definitely one of the better uncommons and probably my first pick right now. Sea God Scorn, 6 mana to bounce up to 3 creatures or enchantments. A huge tempo swing. Yeah, but 6 mana is pretty steep. You basically want to play this and win the game. So a little tough. On the back foot, it's a little useful, but you're kind of just stalling for time with it. I would like this later in the draft. Probably not first pickable. Favored of Iroas. The double strike is pretty annoying if you can guarantee constellation triggers most of the time. Especially if you're like enchanting it, constellation trigger. Very aggressive card. 3 mana 2/2 otherwise. I like it, but maybe a little later in the draft. And the rare is Dream Trawler. 6 mana 3/5 flying lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, it gets +1/+0. And whenever it attacks you, draw a card. So this essentially attacks as a 4/5. Or, excuse me, 5/5, because you draw a card for the turn. This, this finishes games pretty quickly. It blocks okay, you can give it hexproof. Yeah, this is a bomb. This is what you want out of your rares. A little hard to play because it's double white, double blue, but yeah, I think I would first pick this every time. The removal in the rest of the pack wasn't too great. Yeah, I would definitely pick Dream Trawler, but let me know what you guys think.